Hey Hogs, hope you're having a good day of recovery this Sunday after our scrimmage. I'm going to start off with our Cretan scrimmage. I'm going to go, this is just going to be offense for this one. Um, and so I'll go through our offensive sets and I'll go through Cretan. If it's not going on too long, then I'll go on to um, our Eastridge film as well. And I'll do those two. We won't look at Park because that was such a unique defense that I don't think we'll see for we won't see this season. So I'll go against the defenses. So show the defenses that we'll see this year. Okay. I'll talk about the play. We're running trap to the right. So here, Thome, if he's a three technique, if he's inside you, take the path of least resistance. So this is for any guard or any tackle. If the guy that is on top of you is the guy that we're kicking out, if he's a three technique, don't try to rip across his face. That's making the job way harder than it needs to. You can take this outside release to get this to this linebacker and push him across. All right, this would be like if he was in a four technique and he slants across your face, you would let him go and just go around the outside. You can do that right away here to get up to this linebacker to make it a lot easier on yourself. Okay, gap on over. So we should be pushing to linebacker. We have a base here looking at linebacker. Got pull, kick out, first guy on or outside the guard, wheel and seal on the backside, wheel and seal from the H. Okay, so let's watch. We'll go left to right. Okay, Thome, you rip across his face. Would have been a lot easier if you would have taken that outside release here. Also, would love to see you run your feet. Thome, my honest evaluation, it looks like that you struggled during this scrimmage, and it wasn't struggling of knowing what you're supposed to do, but just physically when you got there, you're still taking too big of steps. So when you had a base block, you were not getting any movement. When you got up to linebackers, you would stop moving your feet. You'd stop moving your feet. So when you would block linebackers, they would get off your block, or they'd be able to just run right by you. You need to run your feet through contact. Okay. Uh, Rife, this is a great job being down on the hip. This is excellent. I want everyone to see how far that guy moved and how effortless that was to get that guy over. Okay, this guy wasn't a small guy, but we moved him really, really well because we're down on the hip and we're big, strong guys up front here. And so this should be a really easy job. That's really easy for Takeland to take that over. Okay, but both of us are looking at this linebacker here, working up to him. Now, obviously, we throw the ball, but I don't care about that because we're running trap up front. Takeland, this is a great job. Let's see here. Let's see your steps. You take any steps? No. And honestly, as a center, this might be your life. Your first step might be a first step backwards because that guy's right on top of you, or you might not take any steps at all. But Takeland, I do see how you roll your hips. You have tight elbows. He gets pushed over. You keep him in your gap, and you're running your feet. Tags, you did a very nice job of that during our scrimmages. Kayla Flay, you stay tight. I feel like we could be tighter in the wide video. We could stay tighter here. I remember watching that, but we're not on the inside hip. We were on the outside there. So even if we did run trap here, it probably would not have been a good play because 90 was there. Now, I will say this: Thome does not help you by going inside here. Thome should have gone around the outside, and then you would have had a lot more room to get your kick out block there. Okay, wheel and seal on the backside. Lucas, this is fantastic. That's a great wheel and seal there. Whiteberg, same thing. You check C gap, you step down, then you go to D gap, and you block that guy. That is both excellent wheel and seal blocks on the backside. Very impressive. Good job. Next play here, I think we run trap again. Nope, it's a pass, right? So this is a great time to talk about our pass protection. Okay, fan, fan, man on, fan, fan. Okay, keep knee to crotch relationship. Now, one thing I noticed that we struggled as tackles. Tackles, if you have to go out to an outside linebacker, think about that person's skill set. They're usually smaller and they're faster. So they'll probably use their speed to their advantage and try to speed rush the outside. So we need to make sure we're kick sliding back and ready to push that guy outside if he does so. Okay. But Thor, I'm watching you. You kick slide back, keep that knee to crotch relationship. You drive him outside. That's pretty good. Okay, Rife, watching you. Rife, one thing I noticed for you, you retreat too quickly here. Okay, so right now, take your kick slide steps, and now stop, and now buzz your feet. Don't keep retreating. You see how you keep retreating? And now if that guy bull rushes you, you're going to be right into Danny's face. Now, it's hard to tell from this in zone view, but right now, you're only about 2 yards away from Danny. Okay, which is not good. So right now, buzz your feet right here. Don't keep retreating. Just stay right there. Even it probably even would be better if you actually start going out towards him, because we want to keep this cup as wide as we can. We don't want to reduce space and get into our quarterback's face. Okay, we don't want him to feel condensed. Also, keep our feet here. I can see how you're leaning really hard here. You got your chest over your toes, which when we're run blocking, that's great. But when we are pass blocking, you want to keep your chest back. You want to try to keep your upper body and lower body all in line. Okay, you want to try to keep your nose right over your pelvis. That's what we want to try to do. Don't lean out in front, because that's when you fall right on your face like we do here. Okay, keep that weight back on the pass protection. Okay, LaFleur, not LaFleur, Tiggs. Okay, good job keeping your feet, getting your hands inside. Okay, now one thing we got to do is start running after the play here. I talked about this, emphasize this out on the field, but when ball is gone, just like on defense, we need to go run that down, because let's say this guy gets here, strips the ball out. If we're running downfield, we can go recover that ball and keep the ball in our possession. Or let's say if he runs into this guy here and now a pile is created and he's still chugging his feet, we can run in here and push that pile and get an extra 5 or 6 yards, which is a really big deal. Okay, that's a really big deal. So we need to run down here and stay involved in the play. All right. We need to make sure that we're getting down here just like we do on defense, pursuit of the ball, because you never know what's going to happen. You'll never know what's going to happen. Okay, LaFleur, good job taking your kick steps, looking inside to help first. Okay, and then looking out. We must not have had a fan call here, and that's okay if that's what you decided to do. Okay, and then you're looking out. But now, LaFleur, here's the next part, and I think you would be the person to love this the most. Okay, if you have nothing after you've passed that 2-3 steps, go clean someone's clock. Come over here, help Tags out, and go put this guy right on his butt. Go put your shoulder pad right in his rib cage. Okay, take the wind out of him. Go and clean him up. Okay, Lucas, looking at you. You step inside, you get that outside knee to crotch relationship. He gets past you. So what do? You start running him upfield. This is an excellent, excellent, excellent job here. Okay, this is exactly what this should look like. Run him upfield. Very nice. Okay, next one here. Okay, we're running sweep. Okay, so he's in your outside shoulder. You might have thought he was a 4. So we could say chip and scoop. But really, I think what this should be is a scoop, and then you working up to the next play side backer. All right, which might be 36 or it might be 56, depending who crosses your track first. So I think this should be a scoop. You working up to next play side backer. This should be a chip. This should be a scoop. Okay, he's on your inside here, Lucas. So this should be a scoop right there. All right. And then our H is kicking out here. Okay, so Thome, he slants inside. So good. Yeah, this would turn into a chip and a scoop, which is nice. Okay. But then Thome, you got to make sure. I don't know if you did call this a scoop. You might have called this a scoop, so you stayed on him. Which is fine. I'm trying to think. Is this cap? This might be cap. Ah, that's what it is. This looked like sweet to me. Okay, never mind. Let me restart here. Okay. So this is cap to the left. All right. Let me erase all this here. This is cap to the left. So we should have a down block. Okay. You should be working up to FBI. This should be a base and a push up to FBI. This should be a down block here. And we should be kicking out the first person on or outside the tackle, which would probably be an outside backer here. Okay. So Thom, let's watch you. That's a good job stepping back on your base technique. But here's the thing. Well, no, he's out in your outside gap, so we're not going to worry about him. So you base block right there. I'm just trying to think exactly what I want to see here. So you have a guy in your gap. So really this should be a down block here, Thom, if we're going off our rules. So down block and working FBI. So we should be downing him. Try not to let that guy cross your face. So I don't know if that's exactly what you were trying to do. It looks like we made this a base and a push, which if that's what you guys decide to do on the field, that's okay. But we got to know the next backer that you're working towards, Thom, is that guy. So you need to have your eyes on him. And if that guy decides to trigger, then you need to get off and go block him. Okay. Rife, you're too high. I want to see you do your push block like you did on the nose guard that last play. Okay. You're too high here. But I do like how you run your feet, but you need to have a wider base so we don't lose our footing here. Okay. Need to have a wider base when we're blocking. That way we don't get knocked over. The reason why we have a wide base is so that we don't fall over all the time. If you have a narrow base and you're running, you're going to get thrown around or you're going to get knocked around. So we got to make sure we have a lower base. We got to make sure we're down on the hip. Okay, Tags, this is an excellent job. You step with your gap side foot, second foot down on the ground. You got 2 steps in the ground before you make contact. You're way too high, though. I want to see your head down on the chest, but he slants into your gap, so it's very easy. You just run that guy into your gap. I love how you're running him past the hole. That's an excellent job, Taglin. Excellent job. Okay. LaFleur, good job. You took your gap step first. His hip disappears, so you're up on linebacker. Run your feet through contact. Now, same thing with you, LaFleur. You need to have a wide base, and the reason why you have a wide base is so you can maintain the block. If you just run through the block, yeah, you're going to hit him once, but then that guy's going to get off, and he can still make the tackle. Okay. Lucas, this guy is inside you here, so you should be down blocking him. It looks like you're trying to rip release inside. On cap, we kick out the first person on or outside you. So if he's inside you, you have a down block, and the H should be working out to the next guy outside you. Now the H doesn't have anyone there, so this H might turn up and block this guy, and we're actually going to have a really good play here if we actually run this correctly. Okay, but I think what happens here is that we don't get off and block this guy. All right, we don't take our double team there, so he runs in the backfield and makes the play. I believe that's what happens. No, what happens here? So I think it's Lucas's guy that gets a cross face here. Yeah. So Lucas, we got to try to wash this guy down and not give up penetration here because he's right into the play. But this also might be our running back's fault. Okay, because our running back should be running. He should be jump cutting right outside this here. Okay, next play. Now this is jet to the left. Okay, so we should be scooping, try to steal that guy off. This should be a chip. This should be a scoop. This should be a scoop. This should be working up to next play side backer. This should be a scoop because he's in your gap. Okay, so Thom, let's watch you. Okay, you get your head across. Now run your feet. See how you just stop your feet and you're shuffling? We don't want to do that. Okay, keep that leverage. You have to cut him off from the play. You need to get your butt in between him and the sideline. So get there and now turn, wheel yourself around and cut him off from the play. This should be a really easy job for you. Okay, you're a lot smaller, a lot more athletic than this guy is. So you should be there right now. Seal him off from the play. Remember on jet and toss, we're trying to seal guys off from the play. All right, Rife, you should be up to linebacker here. Okay, because he's over in Taglin's gap. So Taglin should say scoop, scoop. So then you work through the next part of your progression. There's no one in your gap. There's no one on you. There's no one directly over Taglin. So then your last part is working up to first back or play side. So you should be trying to scoop this guy. That's who you should be going to. Okay, you should be taking this angle that you are right here, and then you're going to go cut off this linebacker here. Okay, that's what you should be doing. So turn back for this linebacker right there. Okay, Taglin, you should be trying to cut this guy off from the play. Once again, you're too high. All right, he's getting into you. You need to get your head across and cut this guy off from the play. Okay, same thing with Flay. LaFlay, you took a direct step at him. Oh, it looks like it was a little bit of a bucket step, but you need to start working your head across. We need to cut this guy off from the play. Okay, because we don't do that, he's able to pursue down the line of scrimmage and get into this play. We need to cut the guy off. Need to cut the guy off. Okay. Um, so Lucas, I don't know if you should have gotten a tap here by the H, which means the H is covering your outside gap, and he should be going there. You should be chipping up to this backer here. Okay, this is a missed assignment on our part. You should be chipping up to this backer. Okay, because yeah, we should be getting up to that guy. Oh, this is great film. Okay, here we're running counter, it looks like. All right, let's start off with the H. Does he get up into the hole? It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, we are way too high though, I can tell from our H. Okay, Thom, you step inside. Now seal this off. Okay, that guy's able to fall back into the play, Thom. That's not good. We got to make sure we seal them off, and the only way they can go is upfield. So keep turning your body this way and make it so the only way that guy can go is backdooring it. Don't allow him any access to get by you there. Okay. Rife, we got to make sure we stay tight to the make sure we stay tight here because if that guy flows over the top, we got to be able to get in front of him. I think we're too wide here. We should be getting up into the line of scrimmage now and trying to kick him out just like you would as an H. Okay? We should be getting up into the line of scrimmage, try to cut that guy off. Okay, but we miss him. Okay, Tags, that guy's I think he's a one technique, so I like how you do chip him there, which is nice. Okay, that's a great chip. We can even work to making this even a little bit longer where you stay on him because the linebacker's not there, but you get to your guy. Your rule is down, okay, which is great. So you get to your linebacker. Let's see, when you get to him, you now run your feet. Keep running your feet, staying on him. Okay, LaFlay, you got a down block, run your feet. Doing a nice job. LaFlay, that's excellent. That's excellent. I love that nastiness that you're getting after this guy. LaFlay, that's awesome. I'd say too high. Love you lower, but I love you how you got after him. Okay. Lucas, this is a tough job. That's a big guy. We need to make sure we get our head in front of him. And we got to drive him flat down the line and not give up any penetration because when we give up penetration, it messes up our pullers. Okay. We cannot give up any penetration. Once again, our A back runs to the wrong hole. This is on our A back. Our A back should be out here, and we correct it later on. Okay, here, this is boot. So we should be faking counter to the right here. So this is boot right. So we should have a base. We should have a push. We should have base, a push, a base, pulling, logging the first person outside the tackle. If there's nobody there, then you turn back and look for garbage, wheel and seal on the backside. Okay. Good. So very nice. So on this base here, we're trying to cut him off from the play. So Thom, you do exactly that, which is nice. Okay. Rife, you should be doing a push block here. Okay, this is boot. I do not think this is sprint out because because LaFlay is pulling. So remember on boot, you're trying to fake counter. So you should be going and helping out with that push block there. Okay, same thing. Tags, we should be faking run here. So make sure you're running your feet through that. You should be having help from Rife, though. Rife's not helping you out. Okay, LaFlay, I do like your depth. You get out there. Okay, this outside backer is an idiot because he thinks that we're running the ball that way, so he runs that way. Now, LaFlay, I can tell now you're looking back. You need to be careful because there's one where you run upfield and we would have had ineligible man downfield. We would have had a flag on us. Okay, on boot, you cannot go upfield unless the quarterback gives you a go call. If he gives you a go call, that means he's running it, and then you can go lead protect for him. Okay, but if you get out there and there's nothing there, then you need to turn back and look for linebackers flowing over the top or anything like that. Okay, right now, this should be you on this guy. You should be on that guy right now. Okay, which you do turn up for him. Okay, but you're running upfield to do so. We can't get upfield. Okay, next one. Okay, pass protection here. Okay, so we should have help here from the guard. You step in hard though, thumb, okay, to get your outside crotch relationship, which is good, but we got to make sure we're still moving our feet. Okay, your feet just get planted here and you stop moving your feet. You see, your feet don't move for a whole second. Now he's able to get rid of you and you can't run him upfield. You need to keep your feet moving, making sure that we're not leaning. Okay. See, Rife, this is what I'm talking about, how you retreat too much. You step in, you step back, and you continue stepping back, and you see how you're behind both of them? Keep the cup, okay? Don't step back so much. Keep your ground. Okay, tags, stay nice and low, stay nice and square. You do a good job hanging in there. Okay, LaFleur, make sure you step in first. Oh, you had a fan call. Okay, I believe you had a fan call here. So, yep, you'd be stepping out right away. Keep that inside knee to crotch relationship. You run them upfield. Very nice. That makes that very easy for you. That's a really good job. Okay, Lucas, you're stepping out. That's a great job taking this guy on. That's a great job. Rolling your hips through that. Okay, you step out, you take it on, you move your feet. That's very nice, Lucas. That's awesome. Okay, we're running counter to the right. See, this is where we actually run counter correctly this time instead of last time. All right, Thome watching you. Throw him, wash this guy down, man. Come on, he's a 3 technique. He's in your gap. You got a down block all day. Okay, get your head. You're too high. Okay, you're higher than he is, so we're gonna lose that battle. I want to see your head down on his chest. Get down on him and now run your feet. Run him down. Okay. We can't have our hand out here on the shoulder. It needs to be down on the hip because we're gonna get called for holding here. Okay, you see how it's on his back? We're gonna get called for holding right there. That should be a holding call. You need to run your feet down and wash him down here. We need to get your hip down here. We need to drive him. Okay. Okay. Rife, watching you. Great job using your shoulder down on the hip. Okay. This time he's a 1 technique on this side here. Okay. And you do a great job getting on the hip and driving him all the way over. That's fantastic. This is, oh man, this is excellent. This gets me excited, Rife. You're down on the you're down on the hip. You keep pushing until that hip disappears. So you can work right up on this backside backer. You're on him right away. And then you start down blocking that linebacker. You wall off that side. This is excellent. Okay. This could be highlight film for next year when I teach how to do a push block. This is exactly it right here. Down on the hip, working up the backside backer, running your feet through them. That's an excellent job. Okay. Here, tags, you could just be going down to backer right away, but I do like how you're using this chip block here. Okay, you're staying on him to help out Rife with this push block. I do like, I mean, if you made a base call here too to try to throw that guy over, I like that as well. And it looks like you're trying to do that. Um, but we got to make sure we really throw that guy over into our gap then and try to seal him off as well. Okay, LaFleur, that's a heck of a hit, man. But I hope you know what I'm going to say. I want your head down on the hip. Because, yeah, that works against number 1, this little tiny outside backer. Okay, but is that going to work against a big, beefy 5 technique? I don't think so. Okay, I'd love to see you down there on the hip. But that's a heck of a hit. Yep, don't stand and look over, and that's going to be a penalty. Okay. Go get in the play. After you knock him down, go get in the play. No, run and go get in the play. See, I don't want this. I don't want this standing around. Now you're a spectator. That ticks me off. Go get in the play. Okay, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Run down and go still be a football player and get in the play. Go help your teammates out. Lucas, this is a heck of a wheel and seal against a 3 technique. Okay, who's slanting inside. That's a great job, Lucas. You got across, you sealed him off, you threw him to the outside. That's a heck of a job. Okay, next play here. It looks like we're running trap, I believe. Okay, we should be running trap here. So H should be up to FBI. Vandy should not be getting his hand on this guy at all. Okay, you're rip releasing inside. Once again, he's a 3 technique, so you can take that outside angle. You see, Thome, how you run into him? You could be taking that outside release there to try to get up to that guy. Okay. I think because this guy's getting dinked around by our H and you running into him, that it's not a very clear kick out for our guard here. Okay. So make sure if he's on your inside here, take that path of least resistance, whatever you think that is. To me personally, I don't think that's going to the inside. All right, Rife, let's watch you. 1, 2, 3. You gallop down, you right on the hip. Look how that guy moves. Okay. I remember during our scrimmage, we were up on the shoulder and we weren't moving guys. That's how you move guys right there. That's excellent. Okay. Tags, I think you were finally starting to figure it out and getting underneath the guy. Okay, I love this. You got your hips through, you got your hands inside, you're underneath them. I can see you wheeling hard and running your feet, and that ticks him off right there. Okay, that's why he's tossing you, which I'm okay with that because he's not getting in the play. Okay, LaFleur, I want your head on the inside. This is not good. We run the ball here, it's done. Okay, this is not going to be a good trap play because we don't get the kick out. You got to get your head on the inside. Okay, he'd make that tackle right there, or at least an arm tackle. Slow him up. Lucas, once again, that's a great job. Okay, now we're actually running sweep here. Okay, he's kicking out. Got a chip. We got a scoop up to play side backer, looking back. Chip, scoop, going to backer, rip releasing to backer. Okay. H, good job kicking out. Very nice. You're inside to out. Okay. You push that guy outside. Now run your feet, run your feet, run your feet. Okay, Vandy, that's a pretty good job. Okay, Thome, watching you. Okay, you go 1, 2. Okay, you help out. You're up on backer. Okay, now run your feet, run your feet, run your feet. Okay, Rife, watching you. You get your head across and now seal that guy off. That's very nice. Okay, if that guy wants to take that inside release there, if he's going to let you reach him and pin him, then pin him, just like you did. That's excellent. Okay, if he wants you to pin him, then pin him. And now if that guy kept running outside, then you would just wash him outside. Okay, Tags, watching you. You give a little help. You could give a little bit more help like Thome is, but that's not bad. Okay, and you're up on that play side backer, trying to get your head across. I'd love to see you lower when you make contact on this backer, but I love how you're running your feet and getting that. You're just being nasty. I love seeing that. Okay. LaFleur, this is good here. Once again, love to see you a little bit lower. Okay, but you know you're on the backside of sweep. Remember, if we're on the backside of sweep, if we're on the backside, you 3 right here, we're trying to cut guys off from the play. All right, trying to cut them off. So trying to reach them. And this is an excellent job, LaFleur, of you doing that. Getting your head across and you pin them off. This is exactly what that should look like. Exactly. That's excellent. Okay. Lucas, watching you ripping up, getting to this guy. Now, here's the thing, Lucas, to help you out. Think about where this guy's going to go. Okay. You need to take this flat angle. Don't run at him. Run it where he's going to be. Okay. He's going to see flow is going that way. So he's going to start running that way. Don't run to where he's at. Run to where he's going to be. Okay, here you ran at him and he already has you beat. If you took this angle to cut him off, then you would have had something. Okay, but I do like how since you're on his backside shoulder, you just push him past the hole, and that's what you should do. Our running back messed this up here. Okay, our running back messed this up. Our running back should be running the ball right off Foam's butt. And look what happens if he does. Okay, if you ran the ball right off of Foam's butt, that could have been a touchdown. Okay, because we got this guy taken care of. We got this guy kicked out. We got this guy logged. Okay, this probably would have been a touchdown. Our A-back read that wrong. Okay, that was a really good sweep play for us. Okay, we got 50s. Paul Ficker, man, we remember we kick slide here. We're not going out to him. This is 50s. You shouldn't be going out there. This is a fan call. Okay, this isn't our fan run play, right? It's just pass protecting. So you should be dropping back here. You should be dropping back. Okay. Unless are we doing sprint out here? Doesn't look like it. Or is this where this is where we kind of got confused here, I believe. Because they're kind of running jet. I don't know if this is where we were told to Cook told you to run jet for us here. I don't know exactly what's going on. Okay. But based off of everyone else, Paul, everyone else is pass protecting. So I'd say you should probably be doing the same thing. Okay, Lucas, good job keeping that inside out relationship. Okay, Raymond, good job blocking that guy, moving your feet. Okay, same thing. We're starting to retreat a little bit too much. Try not to retreat so much. And Foam, that's a good job. Okay, this is power, I believe. Okay, H, inside out. H, I'd love to see you down on the hip more, though. Now run your feet. Run your feet. Okay? Run your feet. Run your feet through it. You stop your feet right there. Keep running your feet and be nasty and get after this guy. But you do take him upfield, which is exactly what we want to do. Okay, Paul, watching you here. Okay, Paul, you step with the wrong foot. You step outside first. You always step with your gap foot first, which is right here. This should be a down block. Okay, you should be driving this guy past the center. That's what you should be doing. Okay, drive him past the center. Or is this sweep? This might be sweep here. Oh, it is sweep. Dang it, Coach Van Duzer. This is sweep. So same thing. Kick out. So you're chipping here, Paul. My fault. So you took the step with the correct foot. Good job. Okay, so step with this foot, second foot to the crotch, working up to play side backer. Okay, this is why it's really important to get that second step down. It looks like he's going all the way down to A gap, what makes it even better for us. But then get up to this outside or to that backer, and good, you got him pinned in. Easy enough, right? That was a really easy pin. He made that really easy for you. But good job working up to your guy. Crowd surfing there. Okay, Lucas, that guy made it really easy for you to pin him inside. Okay, Raymond, that's too much there. That's too much of a hit. He's already on your backside shoulder. It should go 1, 2. Okay, it should just be a little tap there, but you get too mired into this block, and look what happens because you did that, Raymond. You got too mired into this block. You brought your play side hand, which you should not do. This should just be a little punch and go, and then you need to get on your angle to cut off this backer. And look who makes the play because we don't. You got too mired into it. You should be up on this backer already, cutting him off right now. But look who makes the tackle. Should have made the tackle. He gets in on the play there because we get too into this block. Look, Rife is already stacked behind you to take this over here. Okay, if he's on your backside shoulder, it should just be a punch because we need you up on this linebacker, cutting him off right away. I hope you see that. Okay, Rife, this is a great job cutting that guy off from the play. Taking him over. Now go take him over. That's your guy. Go cut him off from the play. Foam, you should be ripping up to this backer as well. This guy should have been taken care of by 2 of our linemen. Okay, you should be rip releasing. You're on the back of sweep Foam. You don't need to be blocking this fort technique. This fort technique is not going to get into the play. He did not rip across your face. Okay. These are little details, but they're huge things. We need to get this guy blocked. If we get this guy blocked, this should be a touchdown. Look at this hole that we've created here. Okay. This should be a touchdown, but we don't get to the backside backer. Okay. Rife, here's the thing. Rife, you got to know, man, on boot, we're fake and counter. Boot is not sprint. All right. I believe this is boot here. Let me check. Yep. We're pulling the backside guard. This is boot, man. Boot is not sprint. Sprint is where we do this. Boot, you're run blocking if you're on the front side. Okay. You're run blocking. We got a base. You got a push. You got a base. We're running counter on the front side. All right. Pull, log, first person outside the tackle, wheel and seal. Okay. That's what it should look like. So, Thome, let's watch you. You step with your outside foot first. That's wrong. This is why you don't step with your outside foot first if this guy slants inside. Okay, you do a good job readjusting and down blocking him and running your feet. You're way too high, though. Okay, everyone across the board, way too high. Okay, Rife, you should be down blocking or push blocking this guy. Raymond, you're too high and you're getting driven straight back into the backfield. Oh boy. Okay, you're 3-4 yards into the backfield. We can't have that. That's not good. Okay, Lucas, watching you. You looked a little flat on your pull. It looks like you should have gotten a little deeper, but I do like how you're out here and you should be looking back for work. Don't get upfield. Okay, Paul, step with this foot first over and then bring that foot. If you bring that backside foot right away, look at you. Okay? Look where your feet are. That's how close they are. So you might have brought that backside foot first because you reduced your splits, which I'm okay with that. But just be careful with that because you're not going to be in a place to take on this block if he slants inside. But you do the right thing with your wheel and seal there. Okay, we run boot again. Same thing, Rife. We're doing it wrong. You should be down. Should be down, or you should be pushing. There should be a down. Should be a base. Pull. Okay. Same thing. Thome. You know what? Thome, I think I know why you're stepping with that outside foot, and I'm actually okay with it. You're stepping with that outside foot because you know that we're running boot instead of counter. And if that's the case, then keep doing it because that's the right thing to do because you're trying to cut that guy off and pin him from the play. So I'm actually okay with that, Thome. Just make sure on counter you actually step with your inside foot first. So I'm actually okay with that. Now here's the thing: we still can't give up penetration to the inside here because look what happens to our H, who's trying to get out on a route. Our H now is getting blown up because you're giving up penetration to the backfield. Don't do that. Okay, Raymond, you do a better job of holding up in there. Good job. Okay, Lucas, go get him. Go attack that shoulder, bud. Okay, don't hesitate. So you get across here, right here. You see him not looking, go get on that shoulder right away. Don't sit and wait. Don't sit and wait. Go get it. Now you see how we got two guys now getting upfield. Okay, this is a linebacker. This is our H running on a route. Our H can't catch the ball because we got two guards getting in his face, getting upfield. Okay, we can't do that. Rife, you can't be here. This is a legal person downfield. Okay, we can't have that. All right, we'll stop right there. That's good enough for film for offense. We have some things that we can learn from and move on from. If we have time on Monday to watch a little film, then we'll do that. But most likely we won't. We'll just move on to Chanhassen.